Here we go.
Give me one sec. I gotta hit record. Really? Wait one second. Now.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
Good evening to all that are here. This is the August 21st meeting of the Town of New Paltz Zoning Board of Appeals. First thing I'd like to do is take attendance. Steve Esposito is here. Amy is here. Leonard Loza is here. John Gatto is here. And Joe Moriello is here. We have not heard from Christine, so
Catherine.
absent.
It's Catherine. who's that?
Catherine, sorry, why did I think Christine?
She's
Okay. Let's find out if everybody can make it to the September 18th meeting. Steve, yes? Amy?
Yes,
John? Yes. Okay, Joe?
Yep.
Yes, okay, all will be there to attend. Okay, are there any comments from the public in regard to anything that is not on this evening's agenda? No? Okay. No comments from the public. Okay, the first application. 156 Mountain Rest Road. Anna, could you please tell us, I mean, we all know what you're going to do, but for the purpose of the public that may be watching the meeting, please come on up.
Thank you for having me. Sorry, I'm the only person that brought you here today.
That's okay.
My name is Anna. I live with my family at 156 Mountain Rest Road. I have 2 kids and 2 cats. I guess all 4 of them are relevant to this application. I have the good fortune to live at 156 Mountain Rest Road, which is beautiful and my happy place. And I have the bad fortune of living at 156 Mountain Rest Road because it is at the it's not even at the turn. If it were at the turn, cars would slow down. 156 Mountain Rest, if you can see on the map that I put in the application, is at the very bottom of that straight stretch of road where everybody goes crazy fast. I would have rented one of those like speed guns if I didn't think that somebody would think I was out there like trying to shoot them to, you know, to gauge the traffic. It is a challenging place to be with kids. As I gave you some pictures that I took just standing in the yard where my kids would be standing if we allowed them to play around the house, which I think is a reasonable thing for kids to do. And we can't let them do it. That traffic is kind of murderous. I found a whole host of awful statistics, and I cited some of them for you about death and injury. My kids are climbers. They're happy boulders at the preserve. They are also, I was thinking of this, my daughter is into playing family. And so the scenario that I have to present to you is how in a matter of minutes, you'd have a whole gaggle of kids on the other side of a 4-foot fence. You have one kid who's like, oh, the Frisbee, but I can see it, it's right there. Right. And then so the other kid follows because they're curious. And then there's a little toddler there who says, I can't get over. And my daughter, who wants to play family and wants to be the mommy, is going to help hoist that guy over. And suddenly you have 4 kids standing by the side of the road. So what else can I tell you? You know how sinks have that little hole so that the water won't totally spill over if you leave it up. It's sort of the best example that I can think of. I don't think a fence is going to stop a car from coming into my yard. God forbid. I don't think that has happened. Someone did crash into the phone pole down the street last week. I don't know if any of you read that, but I think they fell asleep at the wheel, which is why Mountain Rest was closed off for a night. And so it's just a little safety catch. That's it. And by the time they hit 6 feet tall, they're gonna have enough common sense. So that running into the street, regardless of how much fun they're having, is not gonna be an issue. I brought up my pets in seriousness because there's also no catch. Not so much for my cats if they escape, but my mother-in-law just got an adorable Australian Shepherd. It is the sweetest thing in the world. She can't bring it over. And I explained to her, I said, you know what? I don't think you should bring it over because I don't have any fence here. The reason why you really can't bring it over is because my kids will run after it
No,
if it goes into the road. So you can make your own choices about your dog, but not when my kids are home. So the fence that I propose getting is a boring white fence, sort of, I think it's standard issue. The neighbors' driveways, the proposal for where it would go is only for part of the street front property because there's my septic field and there's some room after that to play, but then it sort of goes downhill and it's all sort of woods and scraggly and thorny and
Mhm.
even no senseless kid in the heat of the moment is going to go down there, right? And that part of the property does not coincide with anybody's driveway. So nobody's view of any trees is being obstructed by the placement right there.
Okay.
And then I think importantly, it is the only house that I can think of on that stretch that is actually right by the road. Everybody has the benefit of like a sort of driveway and they're kind of on a hill
Mhm.
overlooking it. I don't know how they deal with pets and kids, but maybe that sort of steeper drop is that little safety catch.
Okay, thank you. Here's how the process works.
Yeah.
We will set a public hearing,
Yes.
which will be at the September 18th meeting.
So your very meeting, like this version of the meeting next month?
Correct.
Got it.
And you will have sent, you'll stick a stake in the ground
Yes.
indicating that you're in front of the ZBA.
Yes.
You will have sent notices to your neighbors,
Yes.
500 feet? Yes, within a
So I
distance.
have made the signs. I understood that you send out the notices or do you give me addresses and I
give
drop
you
them
the
off?
list
I can do
and
that.
Email them.
Great.
And you send that out. And then at the next meeting, it's not a county road, is it?
It is a county road. I think
County road
I think that if this gets passed along up the chain, I think there's several more meetings.
Okay,
And after the public hearing, we'll send it to the county.
okay. So the determination cannot be made at the next meeting. And when we hear from the county planning board, which will be the October meeting,
Yep.
then unless there is no major controversy or problems, we as a board will deliberate and make a decision then.
Okay.
Okay,
I have a question.
I'm just about to ask that. Does anybody have any questions?
That's fast with the questions. I'm curious whether other county roads of a similar type have a restriction about 4-foot fences. And
Are you asking me?
well, I'm asking you if you would be interested in finding out, because on the off chance that the county says, no, you can't do that here.
Oh, are you saying there's a separate set of rules for county?
No, I'm saying other towns, but you might look for a county road elsewhere in the town that, elsewhere in another town, where they don't have the 4-foot restriction. So when you went to the county board, you would say, well, this restriction.
Oh,
is-"
very interesting.
It's just a thought.
So in driving around, I've been looking at, well, who has a 6-foot fence,
The one
right?
below you, 128 Mountain Rest Road has a 6-foot fence.
And you know what? I couldn't even pull into their
You
driveway.
can't,
I don't know how they did that, but.
they did it to us. Because cars were coming in
I
their
wanted to
driveway.
pull, because what?
Cars were coming in their driveway. They're not making a turn, so they wanted, it was 128.
Oh, that's
Mountain Rest
awful.
Road.
I heard that
She's
somebody
got
down there
kids
was
and a dog.
building a swimming pool, so I thought
That's
maybe
right.
that was like I mean, then you need a fence, right? Whether someone's driving in your driveway
They
or
thought
not.
People coming in their yard.
So I literally couldn't park there to ask them about their fence. There are folks at the top of Mountain Rest, and I stopped by their door to ask, and they it's been there for so long, they can't even remember. I don't know how long, this rule has been around, but that's very interesting because
Well, each town has its own.
each town has its own set of rules, but you're saying that there might be a separate consideration for a county road? Are
No,
county roads
no.
by definition more, are they bigger, busier roads?
No, not necessarily.
Okay,
But what I'm suggesting is that if you could find another town
yeah,
in the county that had a different higher
that allowed
height
6 foot
allowance,
fences generally.
that would be a valuable piece of information to
that's
take
very
to the county
interesting.
board or to us.
But
Very interesting.
We are working on the premise of the town of New Paltz law,
Of course,
and then that the county will evaluate that.
I'm just
Very
suggesting
interesting.
that there's
Thank
a
you.
possibility
Mhm.
that you might be able to say to the county, look, New Paltz is is the odd man out here.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
But
but Amy, that's neither here nor there. Our code says what it says.
Yes,
well, we're here.
But
we're
if,
here
but
to
if the
bury
county
law.
were bound to follow your code, then there wouldn't be a county meeting, right?
it'll be an item. Its proximity to the county road
Yes.
is what generates the need for us to send it to the county.
So it's proximity, not height.
Correct.
Correct.
Oh, interesting.
What is the distance? 500 feet from a county road,
Yeah.
Joe?
Yeah.
Underneath.
500 feet. In other words, if you were 500 feet back or 500 feet simply away from a county road, we wouldn't need to send it to the county. But anything within the distance of 500 feet to a county road
Got it.
requires their observation and
Very
consideration.
interesting. I understand. I appreciate that.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, so
And just to be clear, you won't appear before the county.
So I don't have to go to
No.
that. That's something that comes back to you.
This board has, Joe Moriello, the attorney for the.
Nice to
board.
meet you.
This board will conduct a public hearing. Once it has a complete record,
Yes.
then it must refer it to the county planning board. They review the record.
I see,
There's not
I see.
another hearing, there's not an opportunity for people to put in
Got it.
information or additional letters, if your neighbors wanted to do that.
Sure.
That all has to come here.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
So, and under 239M of the general municipal law, if you want to.
I
take a
probably
look.
will, actually.
But that's where it is. There are other things that are exempt, like side and rear yard setbacks.
I saw all I know that there are different rules for each piece.
Right, but this is a fence. a
Yes.
Structure within 500 feet of the county highway.
Got it.
So the county gets an opportunity to, chime in on the application.
Got it. Okay.
okay, any other questions from anyone? Catherine, welcome.
Hi, sorry, I'm like.
That's okay. Change the minutes to let them reflect that Catherine's here.
I did.
Thank you. Entertain a motion to set a public hearing for our September 18th meeting
so moved.
for 156 Mountain Rest Road. Seconded by Amy.
Okay, who's so moved? I thought Amy so moved. Okay, who's second?
I'll second.
Okay.
John seconded it. All those in favor by aye?
I,
Aye, it is. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you all.
All right,
And
Appreciate it.
Christine, the deadline for submitting additional information in time for
Well,
that
she's
meeting.
gotta get her signs up for fifth,
I-
it must be up.
so I can put
15
them up
days
tomorrow.
Prior
Yep.
to the 18th. And your letters, you have plenty of time. I'll send you an email tomorrow.
And is there a
Spells all
standard
of it.
letter that I just print out and what, put in
It's the
everyone's
actual
box?
legal notice that I have to put in the Hudson Valley One newspaper.
Okay,
And then it's a copy of that legal notice. I think I ran it already. You don't have, oodles of people to send it to.
Okay.
It's not complex.
that's not a long
You
list.
just make copies of it and you have the signed.
Yep.
PDF. I gave you that when you were in the office.
A signed PDF.
I think I emailed it to you and then I gave you a hard paper copy.
Oh, of the
Shows
pink sign.
The pink
Oh, I
sign.
already made it. I'm gonna gift you, if I can carry it, I'm going to gift you a ream of pink 11 by 17
I
paper.
don't know, maybe you want to do something someday.
Well,
To the planning board, and
if anyone needs to send out pink invitations, I have 496 sheets left.
Just make sure you have the zoning board of.
I do.
Okay,
I promise you I do.
okay, we're good.
And so I'm gonna send you a picture of it on my tree or on my
After you
stake.
post them.
Yes,
Right.
okay, I can do that.
Right. But I'm gonna send you an email and it'll have 5 sentences and each one will say, you must mail this letter by. You
Perfect.
must do this by.
I can do all
I know you can.
that. Thanks.
You're good at this.
It says,
All
I'm an
right,
attorney, so
thank you.
at least I can put something together for
All
you.
right, yeah.
Thanks very much.
The presentation of this package was excellent.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I will tell my boss.
All right.
And you're good. You know,
When I brought here, normally do the minutes first. Is that something that I need to make mention of? Because we're going to approve minutes now. It's typically,
At the beginning of the meeting, but it can come at this. point in the
Anytime.
meeting.
Okay. we have minutes to approve?
You do, from, I can't even remember.
From
I'm
May?
sorry, it was on the agenda when we tried to.
The last minutes that I
I
remember
think it
reading,
was February. or
February?
March. It's either February or March. It was boring. I think it was just that, you know, related to 235 Main. And that, you know, Mr. Moriello had told him he had to get historical and financial documentation for the historical economic loss they've suffered and.
Okay, so we can approve those
Oh,
minutes?
yes, please do.
We should.
Should.
According to the agenda, the minutes would be for the meetings of April 17th
Oh,
and May 15th. That's what the agenda said. I don't have an independent recollection of that. April 17 and May 15. There was no meeting in June, July.
sorry. I did that before I left the office today. Nuts. Well, it's up to you guys. If you don't remember, I'll send them out.
If you
to
could.
Again,
I'm not in a position to
to make a valid vote. I get it.
vote on those, because
Okay.
I don't recall. So you'll send them to
I'm
us
gonna send both of those.
Okay,
I think I
and-
did a couple weeks ago.
and we'll review them at the next meeting. Okay, thank you. Next item on the agenda has to do with Mr. Portuisi's building, which has a public hearing that is still open. And how long has it been open, Christine?
March,
Many months, yes. We can't close it, because if we close it,
Well, if you close it, you have 62 days within which to make a decision. From the last email exchange that I saw between Christine and Mr. Nacarado, who's representing the applicant, he said, at this time, we don't have anything to submit. We're working on trying to rent the space as commercial offices. And perhaps if that happens, the need for a variance may go away. I don't know. By next month or sooner, we should have either something to present or withdraw our application.
When was that dated?
August 7th, Christine, I think.
Yeah.
It was in response to Christine's email of the July 31st.
okay,
I always email him as the Friday before your deadline to submit.
So it's been on the agenda a long time. The board has carried it open in light of the family situation, I think, for the most part. Some difficulties that Mr. Portuisi had, but I think you're kind of at the point where one more extension of the public hearing to the next meeting on, and I would say on notice to Mr. Nacarado, Christine,
Sure.
in response that either they're going to put in additional information in time for that meeting, or the board would appreciate it if they would withdraw. If they do neither, then I think the board would probably want to entertain closing the public hearing, and making a decision based on the record that you have.
if they,
Well, we can make a decision, but we don't have adequate information with which to make that decision
Well, you
Is that-
have what information you have.
based on the information that we have.
If you were to, if nothing more comes in, if they don't appear, if they don't put anything else in, and you close the public hearing. You would have to make a decision based solely on the record that you have before you, which frankly, I don't, is not much of a record in my view for, in support of a use variance. And that may turn the tide in how the board wants to decide the
Right.
are
application.
the applicants concerned with losing the application fee?
I haven't heard anything like that, but if you did,
We could
Close
waive
it.
the fee, right?
and the problem, if they reapply, if you close it and they make a decision and they make a new application. They're probably gonna have to pay the fee because you've got new publications. To go out, public hearing notices, the rest of it, they've got to do everything all over again. It gets very difficult to waive the application.
By the same token, we don't want to set a precedent.
That's the problem. Once you close it and make a decision. It's difficult to say, okay, you can come in with another application when you're ready and we won't charge you a fee.
Christine, I would ask if you could, when you email them, reference them with the email that was just, Joe just spoke about in receipt of your email, your,
I'll reply to that email
yeah. Okay,
with the update. They knew it was gonna, I think I even called Nacarado. And made him send that in writing to me. Because I had a conversation with him and I said, they're gonna talk about it on Monday.
well, Nacarado is only the representative.
Well, he is the applicant. He's the listed applicant
Okay,
for the.
so
It's there.
he's the representative and the applicant then.
He's the
He's
agent.
not the decision
The
maker
agent.
though, right?
No. It's a real estate agent.
But he's also their agent, I think, for purposes of this application.
Yes,
So if the board wanted to, it could make a motion to extend the public hearing to the next meeting. And
we should do that.
what happens at that meeting will be determined by the applicant. If they put anything in, or if they don't put anything in, or if they withdraw, then the board will entertain, open the public hearing and do what it's gonna do.
Okay, I'll accept and entertain a motion to extend the public hearing. 35. 235?
235.
235 Main Street to our September meeting.
So moved.
Second,
Wow,
second, seconded by John. Thank you. All those in favor by aye? Aye. Okay. Anything else that anyone has any desires or with which to discuss?
I just have a question about that Main Street application. Do you know whether they have something that they definitely want to do, or are the heirs still trying to figure out what's going on?
I don't know, because they didn't submit anything more from the last hearing, so
At the
He
last
said-
hearing, they were
we're
still
trying to lease
figuring
it.
out what to do, right?
Right, we're trying to lease it as commercial offices. By next month or sooner, we should have something to present or withdraw. So it sounds like they're trying to get a commercial tenant in, which would satisfy the zoning, and then they wouldn't need to continue the use variance. Or if not, they'll make a decision.
I'll also note that he had removed the pink signs because they have more real estate signs on the front now. I believe they have a very large one. That was a month ago. And I said to him, you cannot take those ZBA signs down until they make a decision. And he said, oh, I just took them down Friday. I said, please put them up
It should be up.
immediately. I went by there Saturday, they were not up. But I don't frequent Main Street. I usually cut down to Forest and then go back, because Main Street's crazy. So they were not up there Saturday. That's all I can attest to.
So put that in your reply.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? No? Entertain a motion to close the meeting?
I'll move.
Oh, fast on that one. Second. Amy, you seconded it?
Second.
All those in favor by aye?
Uh,
Aye, it is.